Susan Lorincz, white Florida woman who fatally shot black neighbor, found guilty of manslaughter.
Okay, manslaughter. That's what they gave her, huh?
Manslaughter. A white woman with a history of harassing children and using racial slurs was convicted of manslaughter on Friday in the fatal shooting of a black neighbor last year in Ocala, Florida. Susan Louise Lorincz, 60, killed Ajike Owens with a single shot from a 380 caliber handgun as Owens knocked on her apartment door on June 2nd, 2023.
So the story is what happened was the kids were playing. She's been harassing the kids before. The kids were playing in a field, and then they left the field, and one of the kids had left their tablet there, their iPad. So the kids went back to go get the iPad. The lady had picked it up, and this is fields, community field. She don't own it. She's like, get off my property, you little nigger kids. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Flipped out on, took the tablet, tossed it at him, hit one of the kids with the tablet. The kid's going to tell the mom. The mom's hot about it. She's going to knock on the door, be like, yo, what is you doing? She's knocking on the door. And the lady, if she would have opened the door and blasted her, she would have been fine, stand your grounds. But she shot her through the door.
She didn't give her a chance to talk to her or say anything to her at all.
Nothing.
You just basically like, I'm not going to kill. Yeah, this lady's crazy. And she got a history of using racial slurs. They got everything here, and they only got her guilty of manslaughter, man. That should have been murder.
Well, you got to charge people what you're getting with.
I mean, I understand, but manslaughter, man, you only get so much time for manslaughter. I think manslaughter, they could probably give her the gun enhancement, which is another 5 years. You can get 10 years pretty much. I think manslaughter is the maximum sentence you can get for manslaughter is 5 years or something like that. Like I'm saying,
if she would have opened the door and let the lady lunge at her, and then she would have popped her, she would have been clean.
Stand your ground.
But it's also like they should have got her for, it's an accumulative of things, you know what I'm saying? Because she was being, the racism shit, they didn't get her for that because it could have been a hate crime, but it wasn't. The mom was banging on the door.
Crazy, like said, probably like, bitch, she's probably going wild. Bring your ass outside, and what she should have. You know what I mean? You going out, you touching somebody else's shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. You inserting yourself in a situation that got nothing. And then you live in an apartment complex. That means it's everybody's property. Why are you fucking with these kids? You know what I mean? You should have saw, I watched the actual court footage of her. She had no expression on her face when she got found guilty. And most people going, she's 60. You about to get at least about 10, 15. Hey, hold on. His face is up to it. No. She just got found guilty recently.
But the incident was almost 2 years ago.
It happened in 2023. It just happened this last year. Yeah, it happened on June 2nd, 1 year. What happened was, it's a 1 year ago. Basically, her trial probably started a month ago or maybe 2 months ago. Who knows? But I mean, that she just didn't do what most people do, which is like hold their shit off for a couple years at a time or whatever. Yeah. She thought she had to stand my ground. Thought these niggas was gonna do her like they did George Zimmerman.
Well, she probably took the charge because she's thinking if Donald Trump gets elected, he'll just set me free anyway.
She probably thought that how they didn't convict Zimmerman down there.
That's what she was gonna. She tried to stand her ground, like I said, but she didn't open the door. If she would have opened the door up, it's a whole different story.
Look, they found her guilty. She was stone faced, and she facing 30 years, and she was just stunned there. Was like, yeah, and we're gonna remand you to custody right now. She was stone faced again. She kind of said. And was stone faced. I was like, dude, you a stone cold killer. If I'm 60 and gotta do 30, you might see a couple tears drop out my eyes. I ain't one of them types to cry about shit. I ain't no crybaby cat. I done seen, you know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, if I'm 60 and I got to go do 30, it's over. Listen, it's over for you in jail. People gonna act like, yeah, I ain't gonna say that. Nigga, if you ain't never been, you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, so if I'm 60 years old and I gotta go do 30 years, I'm gonna blow a kiss to the judge and tell him to lick my fucking nuts.
Yeah, let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. I don't know if she had I don't know. They said remanded custody, so that meant that she wasn't in custody. Either she had bailed out or whatever the case may have been.
Oh no, someone bailed her out. Usually when they kill
black
folks like that,
tell a person that you got 60 years and it got a faces up to 30. They're gonna give you 20. You're dead in jail. You're gonna die behind bars. You know what I mean? So anybody blowing people kisses and stuff like that, it sound good until they say. To tell you how many months you get. They don't tell you in years. They tell you in months. They go. They watch
it. They tell you in months.
They go like this.
Come out and be like, "Yeah, I did 47 months." I'm sitting there like, "Damn!" It's like when someone tells you, "Hey, my kid's 27 months old." I'm like, "Thanks for the fucking math lesson, Susan." Shit.
They gonna tell her 360 months. That sounds like forever. Let a person tell you 300 months.
But she's probably not tripping because she's thinking she's gonna get off on the appeal.
Listen, it sounds good. You got to go back when she back in them cold walls. Did the
1 day in jail where she took the picture and then she got bailed out.
She going back in them cold walls from back there, and then she's gonna realize
what I mean? The jail's full of the blacks.
She gonna have to cut her hair short.
One cop that shot George Floyd didn't remember that. Saw what happened to him.
Hey, she gonna have to cut her hair.
That guy to a fountain punch bowl.
She gonna have to. But they ain't put him in jail. He didn't have to do no time. Zimmerman?
No, not Zimmerman. That shot George Floyd.
The
cop that was that killed him.
Didn't they just stab him
he got
up?
stabbed 32 times. Yeah, he got stabbed up.
He lived though.
Is he?
He lived.
Yeah, he did.
32 times. You hit a person 32 times, they should be dead.
He is exactly. So are you really?
They moved him, but they moved him to a different facility. Then
it don't matter. You got stabbed 32 times.
He's gonna cut all of his hair off.
With a jail shank.
He's gonna cut all of his hair. They probably moved him somewhere in like North Dakota, somewhere into another federal facility where there's nothing but, you know what I mean? There ain't nothing but the what they call it, the
Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's
bro,
it.
you gotta understand,
and they're gonna cut all of his hair off, and he about to just join them and be like, yeah, you know, I did what I was supposed to do. They're gonna let him in. And that's what he gonna do.
Yeah, no, that's cool and all right. But you got stabbed 32 times. Like some of your body part. What a prison shank.
It depends on how big it was, obviously.
It do.
You know what I'm saying? But that's still, you still got 32 wounds on you.
You got a whole lot of injuries inside. You ain't the same person.
I'm surprised they ain't hit him in the neck or something. That'd hit him with some good ones in the
did.
neck. I mean, you hit a person in the neck and in the right one.
I mean, you can hit somebody in the right.
They sent the wrong missile at him. They sent the wrong missile at him right there. That missile ain't no good. You should get rid of that dude. Whoever that was, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. I'm not saying he should have killed nobody because I'm not with all that, but he didn't complete the task that he was sent to do. That's all it is to it, man.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Just stab him up, let him know what it is.
He gonna get peeled up and then put him right back in his pod.
You gonna get attempted murder, bro. This is all on camera.
For life, who cares?
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they gonna take. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you though. They're gonna take away all of his privileges. He gonna be in the worst kind of facility now forever. They gonna put you in a facility where you ain't got
already somewhere where you can't
23
get no pussy.
and 1.
What else can they do from you?
A little different, bro. You know what I'm saying? They lock you down 23 and 1. You be on lockdown for 23 hours a day and only get out 1 hour. Versus you can just walk around for all day long, pretty much inside, at least kicking it with the people you want to kick it with. It's a little different, bro. Comforts are a little. The small things. It's the small things. It's the small things. I got one more.
Yeah.